What is going on? Welcome back to Opinionated Double Knockout. I know it's been a while, and I know it's been a while for this man on camera. He's a whole new personality. He got new hair. He was MIA for a little bit. He got promoted at his job, so congratulations on that. I know that was a while ago, but he got promoted at his job. Like I said, he was just trying to get some stuff worked out. Then he moved, so that took some more time and all that. But we're here. We're back. Better than ever. Last one was the John Jones fight. That was the last one that went out was John Jones fight.
Damn.
Yeah, I did that one with Steve. And then I did another one before that with the Final Few boys. I don't remember which fight. I think it was the Islam Oliveira fight. So those are like the last two that went out.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm nervous. I don't know when was the last time you've been on camera. I might be a little
No,
shaky.
I'm not nervous. It's just
like I said, you got a whole new life. Last time I saw you had long hair. Now you got Bob Ross hair. So here we are.
It was a Jerry curls till I got all sweaty at work and shit. But
do you like it?
I do actually, because it's hot, dude. I'm inside and outside.
No more
all
fade.
day.
You don't want to look like a fade or anything, just because it's like.
Dude. I'm gonna look like a fucking potato head if I do that shit. I'd rather look like Bob Ross than freaking potato head.
Anyways, we're here to bring you 291. But we could touch on 290. Great card, amazing card.
That was a good card.
The whole top to bottom, the card was just like it didn't disappoint. It was exciting. It didn't disappoint. And then you got your boy on there, obviously. So it was a good fight for you to get because you got two of your boys. You got to see Bo Nickel and you got to see Volk. But I felt bad for Woodburn because like he went there without like his team. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, that's right.
He was like the fighter that went there without his team. That was his first fight, like bright main stage.
Big fight, yeah.
And then he just went in there swinging and he got caught.
Nico ain't need that wrestling, dog.
But he said it post fight. He was like, I'm a striker too, so. And he's down for business, but hey, another finish in the UFC. So here he is, undefeated still.
Yeah, had them hands. So.
Yeah. Next, Dan Hooker, Jalen Turner. Great fight.
They were going at it. Yeah, Dan Hooker looked like old Dan Hooker.
He did.
In that fight because
they were going at it. He broke his wrist or
I think so,
forearm?
And his jaw.
His jaw too.
Because he took that face kick.
Dude, I don't know how he survived that. Did his jaw actually break?
Yeah, like they showed the X-rays.
I saw the X-ray of his arm.
No, they showed the X-rays of his jaw. He broke his jaw.
I don't know how he hand. How do you think he got knocked out? But like it was just so like, because you know how like some people get knocked out, but they just like
Tyson Fury with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know he definitely was rocked.
Dude, there's no way.
There's no way he wasn't.
And then the English people built different.
But yeah, that
was a good fight. I wouldn't have been mad if it went either way.
Either way, yeah.
But
I mean, both are great fighters. It was a good fight.
Great fight. He thought it was going to end in a knockout, and it didn't. And they both showed heart. They both were tired as hell, but they didn't give up. That was a great fight.
And then they were kicking it in the hospital together.
Great class. And then you got Robert Whittaker, Drake Duplessis. I don't think a lot of people saw this going the way it went. I think a lot of people expected Robert just to kind of handle him. But the big thing from this fight was Dracus got his nose fixed because he had nose surgery. So his whole career before this, he was pretty much like not able to breathe.
And yet, I think it was like 14 out of his 19 wins have been all finishes.
Yeah.
Prior to his nose surgery. So like if
he was probably feeling good in there,
holding him back, like I think he really like scares Izzy, and that's why he probably had his whole antics.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
but it was a great fight. I mean, like I said, I don't think many people were thinking that he was going to finish Robert Whittaker and finish him the way he did. And you would kind of, if he did finish him, you would kind of expect it to be more on the ground, not on like standing up.
Yeah. I mean, Dracus Duplessis, he's not the most technical striker.
He's not technical at all.
He's not the best wrestler,
but he was very defensive in that fight too, because he'll like throw, and he'll throw, or he'll like automatically like just like.
Well, he's balanced
close
enough
and like get back.
He's balanced enough, and his fight IQ is decent enough to where it makes him really dangerous because he doesn't need to be the most technical striker like fucking Stephen Thompson, you know? Like We'll get to him in a second. But he's rounded enough to really fight these high-level fighters because he really has it all. Like, if we're really talking about it, he's a great fighter all around.
I mean, you can't deny him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? What is his record? 20
He's
and
20
2?
and 2. Yeah. He's undefeated in the UFC, but he's 20 and 2 overall. But his losses were like...
And like 15 of those fights, or like literally 3/4 of his fights have all been finishes.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do...
And like, it wasn't against a chump, you know? I mean, Robert Whittaker's...
Exactly. Time to put some respect on his name, dog.
It will be a scary fight for Izzy, though. I believe so. I mean,
so.
I texted y'all after he won the fight, and I was like, it's kind of a scary fight for Izzy because Izzy's not really a ground person. No. And we saw in the Alex fight when they grappled and they were in the clinch, and I was like, this shit is ugly.
It looks uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for sure. And Drake is 2+C. I know he's going to level change. Like, and so.
You have to. And like, and you can't, when you're going against someone like him, you can't be like scared to do it either. And that's like the only thing that I'm worried about is like when you're going against someone by the name of Israel Adesanya, you know the kind of crowd he brings, you know the energy he brings. Yep. And are you going to be able to be present in that moment and like be like, all right, I'm here, I can do this.
Well, and then speaking on the crowd Izzy brings, did you see that like he was saying he wanted to fight Sean Strickland in Australia over Duplessis? So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the UFC does. The fight that makes sense is Duplessis. Sean Strickland hasn't earned a shot at that.
No. So, I mean, if he just beat the number 2 contender in the world.
Yeah.
And I thought the fight was already scheduled.
I don't know. I didn't.
Like,
I thought they were.
It wasn't like scheduled, but like they said that it's gonna happen. It was like 9 months away, and I think it was gonna happen like September, October, November, something around there.
Okay.
I thought I could be wrong, but I thought. But yeah. Also, Izzy's like post-fight, I guess you want to call it, antics when he went into the octagon. That was just weird. It was just weird.
It was so cringy, like
bro. It was cringe as hell.
Feel uncomfortable at my house,
bro. I thought he was like going in there cool as hell because he was like my African brother, and I was like, oh, all right, it's just gonna be like something cool because they're both from Africa, you know. And then he just went rogue, and I was like, what am I watching? And like he kept saying it, like he's gonna say it back. Like Drake is just gonna say it back. What do you think
would have happened if he did say it back?
I don't know. I actually don't know. He probably said it back in his head. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, probably.
But like, there's no need for that,
dude. It just
and that's going back to like when we were talking about Izzy. Like, there's just when I like Izzy, but like I don't know, just like the way he's just been like. Ever since like he was like got his belt and a little bit after his belt, like he's just extra.
That, but like for Alex Pereira brought the best out in Izzy again, and like for the longest time, Izzy was just playing it safe because he wanted to keep that title of the belt. At least that's what I thought. Like you can be technical and you can be exciting, but Izzy and the excuse people were always using is that Izzy's just so technical that like his fights. If you're a true fight fan, like you know that he's just being technical, which yes is true, but you can be technical and exciting. Like I mean, look at Volk.
Volk
is so technical, and he's a fucking monster. Like he's not afraid to get dirty. Yeah, Dustin Poirier. Like these guys aren't afraid to get down and dirty. And for the longest time,
Conor?
Izzy, yeah. Which
I mean, you can go on and on and on, but I'm just saying like Conor, that's another very technical fighter. His shots are precise.
That's another thing
but
too. Like that just shows how high level of a not character. What's the word I'm looking? That just shows how high level of like a promoter Conor is, because I feel like a lot of people try to emulate him, and Izzy doing his bullshit. Like first off, the Undertaker entrance was really the one where I was like, dog, what the fuck are you doing? And then this with Drake is Duplessis just, and then him talking about I'm gonna have you on skates like Elsa, like dog, you just.
He said something else too.
He says some stupid shit.
He said something else.
Looks good and sounds good, but like that just shows the level of craftsmanship that like Conor has as a star. Like he really is. Like he changed the fight game.
He said something this Pat went there in the octagon that didn't make sense either, and I was like, what?
He's just on his.
But
bullshit.
like even then, like going back to his fight versus Alex Pereira, the second one in the UFC at least, like he won. And then he was just talking all this shit. And he was like, basically saying he's not giving him another chance. It's over. I beat him and all this and that. I'm like, bro, that dude beat you 3 times and you beat him once.
Prior, yeah.
Like,
but
I feel like it doesn't matter in the UFC if it's in the UFC or not. Sure, it's the biggest stage, but like you still got beat 3 other times.
I think Izzy just wanted to know that he could beat him because
But he still has your number.
But he still has his number for sure.
I don't care what you say.
If we run that fight back again, Alex Pereira.
It could be 6 and like the way it just went is 6 and 2. Every 4 fights, Izzy would win. But that's gonna be an exciting fight. I think it is a scary fight for Izzy just because he has the ground game. It is uncomfortable for Izzy, but he also could have been training this whole time on the ground that we don't even know of.
Yeah. And speaking of people,
but it's still hard to like. I was talking to Cam about this. It's still, well, I think it was on a podcast. It's still hard to also check out our regular podcast, Opinionated Off Topic, if you haven't. Great conversations.
Nice
but it's still hard to incorporate what you're doing in the training room in an actual whatever it is game.
1,000%.
Because like when you're in the training room. And then once you get inside, we'll just say the octagon. You're in the gym training, you're on the mats and whatnot, but you're in there, so you have like some kind of protection, so to say. And then, but once you get inside the octagon with somebody during that time, a lot of that stuff just goes out the window.
Well, it just comes down to instinct at that point.
The instinct, but for Izzy, it's like you've been training this wrestling the whole time, but like once you get into the octagon with somebody who like knows how to wrestle, you're still an infant to the wrestling. You're probably still gonna look uncomfortable. It's still not gonna be good. At the end of the day, there's levels to it. There's good wrestlers, there's great wrestlers, amazing wrestlers, and then there's just the guys that are just hymns.
Facts.
So like, there's just levels to it, and then it'll be interesting. I think it's a scary fight for Izzy. We'll see. I think he could lose again, but if he does, I feel like that also kind of tarnishes his legacy in a way. But if he doesn't lose, it just keeps his legacy.
Do you think
going.
if he loses, he should get an automatic rematch or no? To Duplessis?
It just kind of depends on what the division's looking like. Probably. Unless he fights Sean Strickland and then whoever wins that fights Drakus. But probably, I don't see why he wouldn't.
I'm just curious.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyways, co-main event, probably, in my opinion, the fight of the night.
Oh,
that fight was insane. Bro, I was laughing watching that fight. I was just straight geeking watching that fight.
It was a good fight.
Bro, they were going at it.
Bro. And speaking of people who's got somebody's number.
Hey,
that man Pantoja got Brandon's number.
Boy, 3-0?
3-0.
Hey.
So, I mean, but like you can totally.
But that's what I said. I was like, hey, you could be like Izzy and win the 4th one. That's what I said.
That's right. So, I mean, both those dudes, if you look at their previous fights to this fight, like leaps and bounds.
Night and day.
Just like
Night
true like championship level fighters. Like just insane. Like that could be a contender for fight of the year, dog. Like
Pantoja has a jaw.
Dude, that man was eating those punches.
Bro, he has a jaw.
And I mean, Brandon doesn't have Brandon's not no chump standing up. Like,
no.
He was eating those punches.
But what I was also surprised with Brandon, bro, Pantoja was much better on the ground, like going into the fight. But Brandon held his own.
He held his own. He did.
He held his own. It was excuse me. I personally had to fight 4-1 Pantoja. That was me. I personally had it. I had him winning 1, 3, 4, 5. That's what I had him winning.
I had it 3-2. I just couldn't remember which round.
The only reason I gave Pantoja round 5 is because he got that takedown.
Yeah, but he didn't do nothing with it.
It doesn't matter. It's still a point, and it's still. But that the way the scoring is, that it doesn't matter for sure. But he got the takedown. It doesn't matter if you're doing anything with it. That's the point. You secured the round at that point. You secured the fight. That's probably what's going through your head. Like, all right, let me get this takedown. We're just gonna stalemate this the whole time. And
I think at a championship level fight, that should be. I think the judging on that should totally be changed, because if you're not doing anything on the back, like just to just to buy time. Like I don't know. I think that's just kind of a cheap move, but whatever.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do in the game the whole time.
So,
if that happened to Volk and Volk did it, you'd be praising that man.
No.
Yeah,
okay, look,
that's just how it is.
Look, I like Volk a lot, but I'm also, if he starts to go downhill, and starts to play it safe, so to speak, and starts to not be as entertaining.
Okay, then you fucking end up looking like Kamara.
I mean,
he didn't play safe. Well, in other words, knock that man out.
But Volk is just Kamara.
I'm just saying the like that. Just you. Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
Because there was tied 18-18 striking. I'm just going off the stats here. They were tied 18-18 striking when standing up. Then he got the takedown. So it's like if they're even when they're standing up, so it's just same score, takedown, you're higher. That's the only reason I gave him the 5th round.
That's fair. I mean, I still think
I had it 4-1. Either way, even if Brandon did win that last round, I still had winning.
Yeah. 100%. Pantoja won that fight.
Yeah. It was a great, phenomenal fight though.
They definitely need to run that back again.
They need to run it back for the culture.
Yeah.
That was a great fight. That was a much needed fight for the UFC. Not much needed, but fights like that just help it.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, it gets
good
people
for the sport.
1,000%. It's exciting. I mean, it's like Dana said, my job is to convince you not to go out on a Saturday night. So I have to put these cards together. And I mean, shit, we watched every card pretty much. I think I missed the Oliveira fight with Islam because I was filming.
Yeah.
And that was such a weird time.
And
it was at what? Was it 2?
It was 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? Islam and Charles?
Yeah.
Where was I? What fight? I watched the fight in the club, so I did go out, but you know where I was? I was watching this on my phone. I was in the corner. Oh, that was the Volk and Islam fight. That's what I watched in the club. Yep, that fight I watched in the club.
Dedication. I like it.
Gotta do it. But last but not least, a quick wrap up. Yair, Volk. It's Volk.
I mean,
the thing that I just kept saying, he's just too strong. He's just too powerful.
No, not just that. I mean, yes,
but he is.
He is. He's definitely he's just a brute for sure. I mean, he weighed
you just can't. Yeah, you just can't do anything. Is the thing. You just can't.
Yeah, but no, Volk's fight IQ. Yes, he's a brute.
Don't get me wrong. He's very smart.
Gotta put
very
his fight
technical.
IQ up
his
there
fight IQ is up there, but it's just. He's just so overwhelming because he's so strong. That's the thing. That's the thing. Just yes, he's an amazing fighter. I know, but his power compared to everybody else in his weight class is just.
That's what I'm saying. If you have
his power is 9,000.
If you have the strength of that and you throw the technicality behind it,
for sure,
that just.
But I said that. Well, not here, but in the group chat, I said that it's one thing to be strong. But it's another thing to be strong and be dominant in every single up, down, side, left, right, behind. It's just a monster, bro.
Dude just knows how to literally put a plan together to pick apart every single one of his opponents.
Yeah,
literally, he's just he's so precise and so technical to pick apart. I mean, look at the reach difference between Yair and Alexander. Dog, those kicks, that could have been super dangerous had Yair landed one of those leg kicks or those head kicks.
Mm-hmm.
But
it didn't.
But it didn't because he's just quick.
He total strikes 149 out of 198 for Volk, and then for Yair 57 out of 103.
That's still pretty good.
Volk was landing 75% of his strikes. You're just not winning. If you're getting if your opponent's landing 75% of the strikes on you, you're losing.
Yeah.
Significant strike, 66 out of 97, 68% for Volk, 40 out of 80, 50% for Yair. Takedowns, 7 out of 12, 0. He's just...
fucking...
And I feel
And then that combo, dude, to end it was nice. So beautiful.
It was nice.
Just fucking
body
shot,
and then to throw
him down.
Volk knows he's just stronger than everybody, so I feel he kind of drags his fights on.
I mean, yeah.
He can. I feel he knows he can just whoop a lot of people's asses, but I feel he kind of drags his fights on a little bit. But he still makes them like entertaining. But I'm just like, bro, just finish him. Right? Like we know what you can't do.
Do you think they tell him like, yo, if you make it last a little bit longer, we'll give you a bigger bonus?
I have no idea.
Because I feel like if he really was just like balls to the wall, like I just want to get in, get out, every fight would end in the first round. Like, I really feel like he's just that.
But I
dude
feel like
to
that
do
also would bring like more tickets though, because just like damn, or more tickets and pay-per-views. Because like damn, if he finishes a fight in the first round every time, I mean that's what Shane Carwin was. But
well, yes, but then you have to think about like all the sponsors that they talk about during when they go to the corner. So like I feel like it takes away from that. Like this corner cam's presented by so and so, and like
yeah, but they say that throughout the. I feel like they say
but still,
all
like
of them
the
throughout.
longer you have that run, that's all marketing. Like
yeah, but you probably just lose what 10% of it if it doesn't get on. If it's like that, if not, they already paid. We already said all this shit, so who cares?
yeah,
But also, but I feel like that should also like sell pay-per-views and tickets because you're gonna want to see it when he like either loses or like it goes past the first round, and like how is he gonna be after that?
yeah, that's true.
Like just for any fighter,
I mean,
not
that's
even vote,
fair.
but it just I don't know. I mean, you can look at it. It's all perspective. You can look at it different ways, but
I would just be curious to know if he gets a bigger bonus the longer fight goes.
I don't know.
I don't think we'll ever find that
Well,
information.
yeah, I
out,
won't
but
ever find that information out unless they just a fighter just has bad blood with him and like what's his name? Nagano. Like I don't know if he's ever said anything. They just said, I mean, the only thing Danny said was he was impossible to work with, and I don't think Francis really said anything about that. I know him and Tyson Fury are fighting, and Tyson Fury's gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. Those are
I
just.
mean,
It's just like you can't like.
I don't think he's gonna whoop his ass.
No, he's gonna whoop his ass.
I think
Tyson's. It's weird. Tyson's too fast for him, if that makes sense.
that's fair. But I don't know. Like, I feel like, look at all these UFC fighters going to boxing. Like, there's a reason it's easier for them to make the switch.
For sure.
So I don't think everyone's making it sound like Nagano's just going to look like a dumbass in that ring. He might, but I don't think so. I think he'll.
But it's a lot. I mean, it's easier, but it's also harder to transition on boxing because you're used to like watching all this stuff and then like throwing all these things, and now you can only throw hands. But like people who are boxing been boxing their whole life, so like I don't know. I don't see how. Yes, it's easier. It's easier to go. It's easier to go from MMA. I will say this: it's easier to go from MMA to boxing than boxing to MMA.
No question.
Yeah, and that's what's like easier. But I wouldn't say like boxing is easier for them or it comes easier to them. I still think there's a large skill gap between the two.
There's definitely a lot more like very technical, but like a lot of people are making it sound like Nagano's just gonna look like a chump in there.
I think he is.
I don't think so.
I just don't think like,
and I don't even like Nagano like that.
A boxing fight and a UFC fight are just two different things. I don't think he's like boxing ready.
I mean, look at how Conor stood his ground against Floyd, and you can't just be like, oh, because it's Conor.
No,
but like, look at how.
But Conor started off as a boxer, though.
But he's in
Francis
MMA.
started off shoveling dirt.
I mean, fair enough. But Connor's an MMA fighter. He's not a boxer.
For sure, but he at least like started like that. That's what he went into was
okay,
boxing.
For how
first.
long? And then look at how long Floyd's been about. If you want to go that route, like
for sure for how long, but like striking was in his like. I don't think Francis has been training that long because I mean he was homeless, shoveling dirt and whatnot. So I'm assuming he didn't have money to just go train. He was just a big ass dude that was just gifted. Conor at least was training. He's been straight training, and Conor is a stand-up striker, fighter. He's a boxer.
It doesn't matter. Floyd Floyd has had gloves on since he was fucking started walking.
And who won?
Well, yeah, but still. But he didn't. But like
Conor held his own, but Conor didn't hold his own. Like you can tell there is still a phenomenal.
There's definitely a skill gap. For sure.
Between like when they fought. Like yes, Conor was getting some tags on him, but like it didn't look 100% comfortable for Conor like it would in the octagon.
For sure. But I feel like when when that fight was being promoted, everyone was like, "Oh, Floyd's just gonna wash Conor," and I feel like the same thing's happening. That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, there is a big skill gap, but everybody rules out these UFC and MMA fighters to like, oh, they're gonna go to boxing, they can't hold their own, which isn't true. Like,
but who's done it? Who's done it to prove to you that they can?
I mean, Conor.
Tyron Woodley got knocked out against a person who just started boxing.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, look, Tyron Woodley's a wrestler. Okay, he's not a boxer.
I'm just saying. Okay, and Francis isn't a boxer.
He's a quote better striker than Tyrone.
Somebody else who there was another UFC fighter that went over there. Nate Diaz is about to go over there, so when he fights Jake Paul, and we'll see how that goes.
I don't know. I can't take these Jake fight. Fucking words.
He earned my respect a little bit after the Tommy Fury fight.
That's fair. I mean, for sure. I just can't take him seriously.
He's putting in the work, but like the way he acts for me still just like you're not, bro. Like,
and I'm just like, how much of this is money and scripted? Like,
I mean, for him, probably a lot of it.
So, I mean, like, how many of his fights are actually true wins that weren't? I don't know. Look, don't get me wrong. Jake Paul probably whooped my ass if I stepped in the ring.
Oh, I mean, I would whoop your ass if I stepped in the ring.
Get the fuck out of here. You're tripping.
You got a 30-minute timer?
Huh?
Do you have like a 30? Is yours like go continuously? Is it 30 minutes?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
It's every 30 minutes. We'll be right back. Yeah, I don't know. The Jake Pauls could be. We're back, by the way. But the Jake Paul fights could be scripted. I'm sure there is some like in there somewhere. Obviously, the Tommy Fury fight wasn't scripted because he won. And you would think Jake Paul's, if it was scripted, he would win. But
for
we'll
sure.
See.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough of that. Enough of this. Enough of that. While we're here, 291. It is on Saturday, July 29th, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this will be in Delta Center, Salt Lake City, Utah. I don't know if you knew that or not, but...
No, I didn't know that. I just knew Utah, but...
This is off topic. Do you like the Abu Dhabi fights, like them fighting over there?
No, because I'm fucking busy on Saturdays, and if it's at 2, I'm busy during the day. Because that's usually I work 6:45 to 6. So like,
I thought you're off on the weekends.
Well, I work 6:45 to 6 Monday through Friday. So if I'm filming for someone, I utilize my Saturdays.
Gotcha.
From 10 in the morning to maybe 5. And I don't like the Abu Dhabi fights because then I just gotta do a lot.
Since you have the ESPN thing, can you go back and watch it though?
I don't know how long it is because I tried to do that with the Charles Islam fight. And I literally went on a month after on ESPN Plus, and it wasn't on there, which was bullshit. But whatever.
Sure, if you buy it, does it not save, or can you not go back and watch like all the previous fights?
I don't want to buy it if I can't watch it live. It's different. I don't know.
For sure, but at least get to go back and watch the fight.
No, I don't want to do that.
I like doing that. I mean,
I can't do that. I can't justify.
I go back and watch the fights.
If I can't catch it live, I don't want to watch it. I don't know. That's just, maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you'd rather watch it live.
I mean, obviously, yeah, you'd rather watch it live, but I still would want to watch it.
Well, yes, but I would not pay to watch it a month later.
I mean,
I wouldn't. No. There's websites out there. We can cut
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Anyways, UFC 291. July 29th. Poirier versus Gaethje.
Which if you haven't seen that first fight.
It's a tongue twister. Dustin, the Diamond Poirier versus Justin. What's his little nickname?
I don't know his.
It's the highlight, I think. Yeah, versus Justin, the highlight Gaethje. Yep. That's the headline. So that's the fight. The fight card is made around is for the BMF belt, which we'll get into that. Not a fan of, but we'll get into it. But on the card, main event, Dustin and Justin. Co-main event, Jan and Alex for the title fight.
And his light heavyweight debut.
Third fight, Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green.
Battle of the old heads.
Battle of the old heads. Michael
Chaser,
something like that, versus Kevin Holland,
who's a
Stephen
badass.
Thompson, and
Michelle Pereira.
those are 5 fights. Undercard, you got Derek Lewis, biggest name on there probably.
We can skip the undercard.
Yeah, we typically do. But yeah, Derek Lewis is going to be on the undercard if you want to go watch it. But yeah, first fight, Stephen Thompson and your boy. He's not your boy. But
I actually got Stephen Thompson on this.
Stephen Thompson, overall 17-6. Last fight he fought
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland, yeah. That was a stoppage in the corner. Kevin Holland, yeah. Last fight fought Kevin Holland.
Was
yeah.
it his broke
He
his
broke
arm
his,
or his
arm
wrist?
or wrist or knuckle or something. He broke something.
Was it a doctor stop?
Something. No, corner stoppage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, corner stoppage. I think it was something with his hand. I don't remember what it was, but it was something with his hand. That was his last fight, December 3rd, 2022.
And if I remember correctly, I think that happened in the second round, and you could tell because he stopped throwing that hand. If that's the fight I'm thinking of.
Break did happen early on in the fight, but they didn't stop it until like the 4th round or something like that.
And you could tell it was limping. And even when I think what broke it was a leg kick by Wonder Boy. Because he was eating those.
I didn't watch that fight, but I just remember like
that's actually
him breaking his
one of the
hand or
fights I
whatever.
caught like for a fight night because I usually never really catch fight nights, but
Yeah.
I caught that. It was a good fight.
Yeah. But Stephen Thompson ain't no joke. He's had some good fights. Kevin Holland, Bilal Muhammad, Gilbert Burns, Jeff Neal. Like he fights some good people. And he wins some, he lose some. But he's an old man. He's up there in age. The man's 40.
But for 40, his striking
He's almost old enough to be my daddy.
his striking just outclasses so many people who were like top tier. He really is one of the most technical strikers in the UFC.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well,
He's very technical.
Michelle may have something to say about that.
Well, but you also have to think too. Stephen Thompson has been fighting in karate since he was like 5.
True.
So they're also, and at 40 years old.
But he's also from Brazil, so they're automatically just crazy. So it doesn't
Hey,
even
not
matter.
no more. Look, they used to
I
run the
just said
game
they're
back in the
automatically
early
crazy.
days.
I didn't say they ran anymore. I just said they're crazy.
Okay.
Speaking of which, we need to pay our respects to Amanda Nunes.
The GOAT.
Great career.
The GOAT.
I was a little sad. I thought I had a hunch that it was going to happen that fight. Didn't want it to. I hope you come back and fight again. Just once.
Because like we were talking too that most fighters go out getting knocked out or looking like
that
terrible.
fight wasn't even a fight.
But for her to
The other girl should have retired.
Yeah. But for her to go out on top, like, it's nice to see that versus some of the other fighters we've seen go out and just look sad. Like,
Again, Amanda, thank you. Amazing career. You another one who's making the sport what it is today. People love to watch you fight. Fan favorite. Tune in just to watch you. You're putting women fighting on the map, and I hope you continue to do that outside the octagon as well. Thank you. Amazing career. Another good
was
one
that
gone.
2 cards ago?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Another good one gone. Anyways, back to 291. 28-11. Michelle, last fight, he fought Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Ponzinibbio. Which he fought, I think, last card. He fought,
Santiago?
yeah, I thought he fought,
I'm out of.
was it Darush? Did he fight Darush last fight?
No, I would have never fought Darush. Darush fought.
Who did he fight?
Darush fought Gamer, didn't he?
That
fight?
was Oliveira and Islam.
Yeah, I think that was the last time.
No.
I think Darush fought. Darush just recently fought.
Pull it up. I gotta know.
Anyways, 2011. They both ain't fought in a while. They both last fights were 2022. I think Steven does win. Like you said, he's just a good fighter. If you want to type that out, he's just the better overall fighter in my opinion.
I think it comes down to like we were talking about instinct. His instinct for like striking.
He's been to the game. He's seen a lot. I mean, also comes with a negative side because you are old, as Father Time does catch up to everyone. That can also be a side effect when you're facing. I mean, he's not young, but he's young. He's 29, something like that.
Yeah, 29.
And then he just fought Kevin Holland and
that's
lost.
Right.
That's what it was. He just fought Kevin Holland and lost.
That's right. Okay. I couldn't remember who he fought. I was like, I know he fought someone we were talking about. Yeah. That's right. Kevin Holland knocked his ass out.
Yes, I remember this fight because I remember the Argentinian dagger.
Yeah.
I remember. What fight? What's it? Yeah, it was this. Yeah. I saw him on this fight. Yeah, I remember this fight. Yeah, Argentinian. But I think he took that fight on like short notice, or maybe he didn't fight for a while or something like that. It was something. Something happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Neither here or there. But I think he's on a win streak. So, I mean, you can't overlook that. 5-fight win streak, I believe. And
yeah, but none of them have been like. I mean, look at the fights that Stephen Thompson's been in. Like, they've been battles. Like,
for sure. But this is also a good fight because it kind of just, if he wins this fight, it's going to shoot him up in the rankings. It's a 6-fight win streak. You just beat a top 10 opponent. And you're kind of at that age where you kind of have to start. If you want a title fight and you're at that age where you got to start getting there.
But there's a reason Stephen Thompson's in the top 10 for being 40. Like,
for sure.
So, I mean, But I get what you're saying.
I mean, there's just some guys. I mean, look at Charles. Charles was the same thing happened with him. He just caught fire and went on this crazy ass streak and became better and better and better. And there he was. And where's he from?
Came to an end.
And where's he from?
Them Brazilians are built different. I can't deny that. I can't deny that they're definitely built different.
I'm actually gonna go Michelle here. I think he's gonna come around. Fuck around, win. He's gonna do the damn thing. He's 40 years old. He can't do it for much longer. I think if Steven does lose this fight, he does retire. I know he wants to get that title one more time. But if he does lose it, he does retire.
It's just a tough division.
For sure. It's a tough division.
And if you look at like how skilled of a fighter he is, and to put him at number 7, it really says a lot. Despite his age, like, he's a very skilled fighter. For him to be at 7, that's how hard the division is.
For sure.
Like,
I don't think the fight will go to the ground a lot. Both very good on the ground. But I think it'll stay standing up. I don't think it ends in a knockout. It might. It's either going to go the distance or in a TKO, I feel like. But Steven's also smart where he's not going to get TKO'd like that. So I'm going to go distance. Michelle.
I think it's gonna be TKO Stephen Thompson.
Wow.
I mean, dude, he's just like I said. Like, if he
doesn't knock many people out.
It doesn't matter if he sticks to those leg kicks and he just tears up at his legs. Like, how many fights have we seen that have been stopped by TKO because people's legs have been torn up? So I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for Stephen Thompson to throw those leg kicks and just chip away at that tree. Michelle's a big dude. Like, I mean, we could put a picture up. He's a big dude. There's a good size difference. But this is why I'm saying instinct kicks in because he's been a fighter for so long. So if Stephen just plays it technical, and which he always does, I really see him ending the fight by TKO.
We'll see.
So that's what I got.
It's a good point. Good point. But on to the next fight. Kevin Holland. You're not very fond of him.
No, I actually like Kevin Holland.
I mean, off camera, you're talking a little shit about him. Kevin,
No,
he don't like you, bro. Trust me. You don't want to know what he's saying off camera.
I wasn't saying that.
Versus Michael. I always forget how to pronounce the last name.
Chisa?
It's something like that. Chiesa. That's how you say it. Chiesa. I'm going to let you get this one first.
Kevin Holland has been in some battles, and he's just such an entertaining fighter. It's really hard not to like him. I think he's entertaining, and he's just like he's just naturally entertaining. Like he's just doing his thing. He loves being in the octagon. You can tell. Like him, just his comments. He's being witty and like
he just wants to fight.
Exactly. So like, it's really hard not to like Kevin Holland because of how he is, his persona inside the ring. And I mean, like, he respects the game. Like, the fight where he was fighting Stephen Thompson, like, they had mad respect for each other. And it was just like,
there was no shit talking there.
Yeah. And so, I mean, like, it's really hard not to like Kevin Holland. It's Dana that didn't like Kevin Holland. Don't bring my ass into it. But, so, I mean, like, and the fights that Kevin Holland has been in recent history, like, he's just been in some battles, dude. So, I mean, obviously that's going to take a toll on his body as he gets older. But as of now, I mean, he's still fairly young. He's 30. So, I mean, we got fighters who are 38, 40. I mean, Stephen Thompson's 40. But I think, who's 42?
Someone just fought recently was 42.
Yeah,
Frank Edgar was up there. Yeah. Tony Ferguson's up there.
I mean, look at Glover.
Glover's up there.
Fought for a title and he's 41?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got some good life on his career left, even despite the battles he's been in. So I got Kevin Holland winning this one. And you know what? I'm gonna go TKO on him as well. Kevin Holland. I think he finishes the job, especially how he did Ponzinibbio.
All right. Well, before I even get into anything else, fights out of Texas. That's all you need to know. I got Kevin Holland. That's all I'm saying on that. But Michael just goes in there, does his thing. He's a fighter. He's another one that just wants to get in there and wants to fight, wants to do the thing. Doesn't really knock many people out. He's more of a ground fighter than anything. That's where he's gonna want to take the fight versus Kevin. I think Kevin will do decent on the ground, but obviously he's gonna want to keep the fight standing up.
For sure.
Kevin doesn't like going on the ground. It's not him. That's not what he wants to do. He wants to fight. That's what he wants to do. Stand up, swing them things. But Michael's definitely gonna try to take it to the ground. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Before that, he went on like a 4-fight win streak or something. But I want Kevin to win. I know I'll say what I said. I want Kevin to win. But I think in today's UFC, if you don't have a ground game, you're not going to do anything.
Kevin's not a chump.
He's not a chump, but that's a big thing.
I think he can do enough to get standing up. I think he's good enough to bring the fight back to the feet.
You reckon?
I reckon.
I mean, he does have submissions under his belt. So, I hope it does go well because, like I said, he's more of wants to stand up and throw them things. That's what he wants to do. He does have experience on the ground for sure. But it's going to be interesting. We'll see. I do got Kevin winning this. Texas boy. When you're from Texas soil, you are just built different. Just know that, all right? When you're from Texas soil, you're just built different. There's just something different in our water and our grass. That's why we're just good at everything. That's why Texas is just when you meet from somewhere from Texas, they emphasize that Texas, don't they? You'll understand. You know if you know. That's all I'll say on that matter.
No,
if you know, you know. Anyways, yeah.
How do you have him winning though,
Kevin?
Yeah.
He likes to throw them things, so I'm gonna go knockout.
Okay.
This one will probably go the distances too. It's gonna be a lot of like stand up, takedown. Be a grudge match through all 3 rounds. I think this will go decision, Kevin.
Okay.
Yep. Coming to our 3rd fight, got the old heads, as you would say.
This is probably gonna, out of the whole card, I think this is the fight where you take the restroom break. If you really gotta go, this is the fight.
This is your restroom break fight?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Look, sometimes you just gotta go. Look, you wanna go grab some more food, something? That's the fight to do it. Take your dogs out, whatever you gotta do. That's the fight to do it. Just in my opinion. What was the last fight we saw where the 2 old ass dudes were fighting? It looked like old ass men fighting in a retirement home, and it was recent too. And I'm gonna have to figure out, but it was terrible.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what fight it was.
And I texted you. I was like, dog, this shit is pitiful.
Yeah, it was. I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember. Anyways, the fight we're talking about is Tony Ferguson and Bobby Green. That boy OG Bobby Green. I mean, like he said, two old ass dudes. Ferguson, I think, is almost 40 or is 40,
and he's
45,
lost like
50.
the last 6
and
or
man
5
looked like
fights.
he's been defeated in life. Like he's just up there, bro. But yeah, Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson. Bobby Green, 29-14. I mean, he's been around. His last fight was a no contest versus Jared Gordon, the Flash Gordon. Accidental clash of the heads. That's what, you know. Sometimes
that
it gets
sucks.
in the
I'd
way.
be so mad if that happened to me. I mean, it happens.
I'm not gonna let a clash of the heads. You know, we say
You
this
spend
stuff.
how long to
I know.
train in a camp?
I was gonna say I would not let a clash of the heads like stop me from fighting. We say this stuff, but like obviously, yeah,
I
we
know
would.
that shit would hurt.
It would hurt.
Shit, I'd probably call it myself, even if it's not that bad. I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out.
No contest versus Jared Gordon. Lost to Drew Dober. Lost to Islam. Yeah, I mean he's technically on a 2-loss losing streak, 2-loss streak, and then a no contest. So he's itching for that win. He's itching for it. I mean, I don't know how today's Tony Ferguson. I don't know. I mean, I guess the name is a big win, but like just the fighter he is today, I don't know.
If
25 and 8,
Ferguson,
he's lost his last 5 fights. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Last 5 fights have been some rulers, but Nate Diaz, I guess. But I mean, he lost to Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush, Michael Chandler, Nate Diaz. Like, I mean, that boy just went through the fucking ringer.
yeah, he did.
He was in the gauntlet.
If he wasn't,
But his weight class
is
is also the gauntlet. So
if he wasn't who he was, he would have been cut from the UFC.
for sure, because before that, he was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12-fight win streak.
And then to just go on. He looking like Dan Hooker now.
I mean, when he went on his 12-fight win streak, the division wasn't what it is today.
No.
Like 2020. I'd say about 2020. From 2020 to 2022, that's when the division was like,
It got crazy.
Yeah, it got crazy, and it got crazy.
You got some
quick.
dogs in there.
You got some dogs, and then for him, it just went downhill. I mean, he's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, but for one, he's old. For two, he got old, and for three, there's levels. I mean, there's a lot of young kids who are just. It's just with any sport. I mean, you just see the sports evolve. There's just a lot of young kids who just come in and they're just better. That's all it is. I mean, Justin has a fucking vibranium chin. Like that boy just be eating punches. Then his power is just crazy. Charles is fucking ground artist from hell. Like anywhere, he's just gonna commit you.
Unless he fights Islam.
Beneil is around the same age, but like he's just good all around.
I mean, he's durable. He's got some strong punches. Like Beneil, yeah.
And then he got put on the highlight reel from Michael Chandler, the front kick, looking ugly.
Which really, Michael Chandler could be a champion if he was not.
He sucks. He's a Bellator fighter.
Look, no. He's a
Bellator fighter.
Rushes. He's
a Bellator fighter. He's a Bellator fighter.
No, if he would just be patient, I think he could make a title run.
That's why he's a Bellator fighter.
That doesn't make him a Bellator.
Yes, there's a reason they're in Bellator, and there's a reason you're in UFC.
No, he just has to learn patience.
There's just two. They're two different. Like,
I think Michael Chandler could really.
That's like. There's a reason you're in minors. There's a reason you're in the majors. It's the same thing. There's a reason you're in the XFL, CFL.
No.
There's a reason you're in the NFL.
That's because of the skill gap.
Practice. That's the skill gap. Yes.
He just needs to change his mentality. Yes.
No. He's really not that good. The only reason he is where he is because his knockout power and he just be swinging for the fences. That's the only reason he is where he is. What's his record? It's not very good. In the UFC, it's not very good. I don't think. Won his first fight, lost his second, lost his third. He's 2-3. So he can be 3-3. 2-3 since
UFC.
2021. That's not a good record.
But look at the weight class he's in.
For sure, but that's still not a good record. You beat Dan Hooker, lost to Charles, lost to Justin. You beat a Tony Ferguson who's on his decline.
Yeah.
And then you lost to Dustin who's in contention for the title fight. So you lost to Charles, who was a champion. Lost to Justin, who was, I think, the number ranked 1 or 2 fighter at that point. You beat Tony Ferguson, which is on his decline. Then you fight Dustin, which was arguably a shot for the title. Like, he's not, in my opinion, he's just not good. Like, he's not. I don't think he is.
I know a lot of people probably agree with you that he's just about.
He just sells tickets. That's why. That's the only reason he's ranked where he's ranked. It's the only reason he's not where he's at, because he sells tickets, because he's exciting.
I will say, didn't they trade him for Mighty Mouse or something? Or who did they switch for Mighty? They let go Mighty Mouse. Or Mighty Mouse was like a deal. What was the deal that
Mighty Mouse is in 1.
Okay, that's right.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes. No, you're right.
I don't know.
I forgot who they got rid of.
Him.
Okay, I don't know, but
I could be. It was a minute ago, yeah. But I don't think he's like that. To me, he's a Bellator fighter. Like I said, there's a skill difference. If he doesn't beat Conor, that just proves to you right there.
That should be interesting. But didn't Conor
because you beat a Dan Hooker who was
pool?
on his decline, then he had to build himself back up to get where he's at.
Yeah.
And then you beat Dustin, who's on his decline. Like, you beat 2 fighters on their decline.
Tony.
No, I said you beat 2 fighters on their decline.
Oh, yeah. But I thought you said he beat Dustin. I said Tony.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think
think Bobby Green wins. I
think so too, and I think Tony Ferguson needs to retire after that.
He's 39, 40, something like that. Father time catches you. Sometimes it's just time to go. There's nothing wrong with it. It just ain't your time anymore. You had a good run. You had a good reign. Like,
just hang it up.
Just hang it up.
Cut your losses.
It's only gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Bobby Green. It's probably gonna end in decision. Probably a decision.
I got this going the distance.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little back and forth. Like, it might be like an ass beating decision. I don't know. I think Bobby Green wins decision. It's like you said. It's gonna be hey, go get what you need to get.
Take your dogs out to the restroom.
That's what this fight's gonna be. Go. That's what this fight's gonna be. I don't think it'll be anything too entertaining. I don't think you're gonna miss much. You'll miss a knockout, but it's not gonna be like, oh my god. It's old heads just going at it, bro. That's just all it is. Tony, you had a great career.
You're already calling it. Thanks for everything you've done.
Thanks for everything you've done. Thanks for everything you've done. You had a great career.
You probably won't win this one.
Sometimes it's just time to go. Okay? Go out. I can't even say on a positive note, because your last 5 fights you've lost, and you're going to lose the last 6.
If we were in Vegas right now and we saw Tony, would you be like, dude, if he loses this fight, just hang it up? Would you tell him?
What's he going to do, hit me?
Hey, look, if it was Conor, he probably would. But
and you know what? I'm going to get that money. Yes, sir.
That's right. My man, you already know.
Yeah, but I would say go off on your own terms, but great career. Calling early, great career. Yeah, I got Bobby Green winning this decision, going the distance.
I'm going to second that.
You're going to second that? Yeah.
I think that's how it happens.
You had a great career. What can you do? You're not a cocoy anymore. You're a normal person.
Shit, if it goes the distance, that's a 25-minute nap. If you've had a long day, it's the time to do it.
It's a 15-minute nap, 3 rounds.
Oh, that's right. See, I felt napped all through high school. So that says enough.
I honestly don't know why they put that fight in there. Like, why is that like I don't know.
It's just a filler. It's like those
but
Naruto
you couldn't
episodes.
find anybody else.
Hey, look, they just
You can't find anybody else. You can't find no women who can fight on that.
That's true.
Like, you can't find anybody else.
I don't know.
All right, on to the co-main event.
That fucking Viking.
It's gonna be, might be a grueler. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. I don't know how Alex is gonna look. Is the thing.
Okay, well here's what I'll say about that. He's walking around at 230. And if he walks around at 230 and was making the cut to 185, that's why his jaw was so weak. I mean, like, that's why Izzy was rocking him. That's a huge cut.
Does that make a difference on your jaw, though?
I mean, I'm sure he's so fatigued from the water cut. Like, yeah, you have a day to rehydrate, but, like, that's still not enough. Like, you're just so fatigued that I'm sure that plays a huge part. So if he just has to cut down to 205... and he was walking around 230 at the start of his camp, that's a pretty easy cut compared to 185.
True.
So the only thing he may lose is speed because he's used to fighting at 185. But even then, like, if you're training a good, like, the first quarter of your camp at 230 and then gradually making that cut, your speed, I'm sure he won't lose too much speed if he loses any. He'll be more durable.
I think he's meant for the weight class. I think that's what he should have been fighting at this whole time because he's a big dude.
He's huge.
He's huge. I just don't know, like, even like I don't know if he's an MMA fighter. I guess is what I should have said.
He's definitely a kickboxer. I don't think, and apparently he got his brown belt. That's a fake ass brown belt.
Think they like colored it?
Whoever he trains his jiu-jitsu, like they awarded him his brown belt after I think the first Izzy fight. And no, he's definitely not a brown belt. It's nowhere near.
No, it's gonna be because I like I said, I don't think he's an MMA fighter. I think he's a kickboxer. You can tell in his fights he's a kickboxer.
Yeah,
it looks more natural for him. But even then, it's just like, again, let me say this: I don't know the kickboxing world. I don't know anything that goes on to it. I don't know who's good, who's not. I don't know if they're the best kickboxers in the world. They just stick to kickboxing. I don't know. But I don't know if it's because he's just too tall and too big, but even then, like, his kickboxing just doesn't look, again, at least against Izzy, it just didn't look comfortable to me either.
Yeah.
But then again, you have on the other side, I think your camera turned off, by the way. But I wasn't looking at that. What did I say? 53?
I thought you said 58. Damn.
It turned off?
Yeah.
Let's start it. Run back. Run back. Run. Run.
Why?
How
do we know where it cut off at?
I'm just going to let it play.
Okay.
When you get lost in conversation and you're folk like ourselves, you got to buy the cameras that cut off every 30 minutes. We don't got the fancy FX3s and whatnot to keep the camera rolling. I apologize, people. You'll understand if you were in the camera world. But on the other hand, you got Jan, who just fought Magomed, and that was the most boring fight. And it just was not fun to watch, and it was just a disappointment coming off like both of their previous fights.
Yeah,
you thought it was just gonna be just a grueler. They're just gonna go at it, and then it was horrible, and then in a draw. So Jan does have some like.
He's got a fire under his ass.
Well, no, sure. he got to prove to some people that that was a fluke. That wasn't him. That didn't happen.
Yeah, but if you look at his last fights, like.
He can fight, is what I'm saying.
Well,
like
no, but like he lost by submission. He beat Izzy by decision.
Yeah, but that was.
That
was a fight that proved that Izzy couldn't go up in weight class. I don't think he can either.
I don't think so. But he definitely wouldn't be a top 10 fighter. He could, but
I mean, yeah, he could, but he wouldn't be like what he wants to be. That's besides the point. But like, no, he just. I mean, it's. You want for this fight, well, last fight too. Like you just want to like prove that you are the champion because this is a vacant belt, so this is for the title.
Which is crazy that the 2 previous champions vacated the belt by injury, which is Jan and Jemiah Hill. So, not Jan. Yuri. Prochka. So
he has something to prove. Yeah. They both do, really. Well, I don't know if Alex has anything to prove. I really don't think Alex has anything to prove in the UFC. I think he has more to prove to himself, I felt like.
That
he can, like, that's where he's supposed to be, and he can, like, do it in the UFC. He can
make it in there.
Yeah.
But really, he needs a better ground game.
He just needs, like, a better stand-up game. I don't know. I just didn't like his kickboxing.
I think his stand-up is okay. His stand-up can...
Like, he just didn't look good defensively. He didn't, like, nothing just flowed. Like I said, I don't know if it's because he was fighting Izzy, and obviously Izzy's Izzy, or that's just how he fights. Like, it just didn't look. But at the end of the day, however you feel comfortable is how you feel comfortable. Drake just doesn't look natural either. It doesn't look like it flows, but it gets the job done. As long as it gets the job done, that's all that matters. But to me, it just didn't look like it was just natural. And it was.
That's fair.
I don't know. But I don't think Alex is going to win.
I don't think so.
I think Jan's too much of a beast. I think last time was a fluke. You can't have flukes in the UFC, but I think last time was a fluke. And he's been around the block. He's been in the game. He knows what people bring. Like he's been doing this for a while. I don't think this is anything new for him. I don't think he's going to see anything crazy. Traditional kickboxer. That's all he's going to see.
Yeah. But I think because...
The fight's, in my opinion, the fight's going to go to the ground. It's going to end on the ground.
I think so.
It's going to end in submission.
I think so.
He's up there in age 240. So this is like his last...
Run,
I guess you could say. Yeah. Kind of a... Light heavyweight, just kind of the buoyant weight class now.
Which is crazy.
Thanks, John Jones.
Yeah, I know. That used to be the class.
Nah, yeah. I don't think he's going to see anything different. Yeah, I think it's going to go Jan, submission, second round.
Honestly, I don't think this is going to be much of an exciting fight either, to be honest.
So just chill outside with your dogs?
No, okay. Look, it'll be more interesting than the last fight. But I think the only reason it's getting so much hype is because Alex Pereira is making his light heavyweight debut.
No, I think it's because of the title. I mean, not the title fight. Excuse me, the BMF fight.
Yeah.
But yeah,
hey, maybe.
I don't think Jan's gonna stand up with him.
No,
because I feel like especially at that age, they're gonna want to like get in and out. So like if you know you can get someone out without like taking any like serious injury or like a lot of damage, you will.
Yeah, it's just...
And then, like, you have the title. If you lose the next fight, retire. If you win the next fight, you can still retire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Alex is just... I think he just needs more, like...
If it stays...
MMA training.
If it stays standing up, I can see Alex knocking him out. I really can.
I don't think he will, though.
I think he will.
I don't think he will. And it's not going to stay standing up. Why would you not take someone down that has no ground game?
If for some reason
that's like which one when that fight comes we'll cover it, but that's like oh boy, fighting Sugar Shay.
Oh, Aljo.
Yes, it's like Aljo not taking him down. Oh, it's like, dude. Why would you not take him down?
Yeah. Which, by the way, Aljo's destroying Sean O'Malley.
We'll get to that fight when that fight comes. But why would you not take him down if you know like he has no ground game? Submission, second round. That's that.
Jan?
Yeah. Clearly. Alex ain't gonna submit him.
I don't know why we're still talking about Aljo. Like that's why I was like Jan.
Yeah, no.
You know, I got to go in the distance, Jan.
Distance?
Yeah, I got to go in the distance.
I don't think this fight's going to go the distance, but...
Like I said, I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight. I
just feel like he's going to be in and out. There's just no reason for it to go the distance.
But I feel like Alex doesn't, because he knows. Like, I feel like Alex is going to try and bring it back to his feet. I feel like he's been training to at least get it to the feet again if he goes down. Obviously, he's not going to do anything on the ground.
Yeah, but, like, there's just some people, like, when you're just skilled on the ground, what can you do? Nothing.
That's true.
So. Nothing. I mean, you can be good on the ground, but there's this person could just be great.
I don't know. And two, I'm not like super excited for this fight because we had talked about Jan's last fight. Like,
that's what I said. He has something to prove.
I know. Just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that exciting. I think it goes the distance, Jan.
All right.
I think he'll definitely have control on the ground. I don't think he'll submit.
I think it's submission, second round, Jan.
Submission by how?
Probably like a
rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke, guillotine, something.
You think he does him in a guillotine?
Something with the
if he submits him, I think
around the neck area.
I think he'll do rear naked. I think he'll take the back if he does.
It's gonna be something around the neck area.
This fight, I'm
Bring
excited.
us last and not least the what do they always say? The fight, the card the fight was made around, or how they say it?
The fight the card was made around.
Is that what they say?
I think
something like that.
So this fight,
Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje for the BMF belts. I am not a fan of the BMF belts. Why? Why is it a thing? Who cares?
I don't know. Yeah.
If I was fighting, I would personally not want that shit. Give me the actual title. That's what I want. I want a UFC championship. What does that mean? What does that belt mean?
Yeah, I mean,
there's a bad motherfucker in every weight class. Like, who the fuck cares?
I know, which sucks
it's
though, because like
it's a dumb. It should never been a thing. Like that Nate Diaz and Masvidal shit. Like two old heads going at it that just talk shit and just OGs and been around like just let them fight. Who the fuck gives a fuck about a belt? I hate it. It's
I think
dumb.
it just.
They just put it in there. Just put it in there.
Well, because I mean, look, they just did Islam and Oliveira too, so they got to give them something. Which really, whoever wins, what happens
for sure? But
what happens if Charles wins? You run Islam and Charles 3, or do you give them a shot? Look at
you probably give. I don't know
exactly. I mean, so you gotta
have
something.
That's the unfortunate thing about being in the lightweight.
Yeah, I know.
Lightweight.
So you gotta give him something. You gotta give him something.
Yeah, but what is that? It's nothing. It's still nothing. It's just here you go.
That and give him a bonus.
I would have much rather have a bonus than that. Me personally, if I was fighting.
Nah, I feel you. I agree. I'd rather fight for the belt.
It's a dumbass belt. Then you have the Rock prison in that shit. Like what? that shit's lame.
Yeah,
you're just trying to do some boxing
lame.
shit, just some extra shit. Take it out. There's no reason.
I don't know. I guess entertainment purposes. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but
yeah, that's just like I said. What happens? What happens if Charles wins and then they run Islam Charles 3, and then
you just gotta wait.
How old is Dustin? Dustin's not like young.
They're younger. Let's see. Justin is 34. Both 30. Oh, they're identical. Like I looked at something today. I was trying to find it. Like everything of like their last stuff is like identical. They're both 34. They both did something or something. I don't know how to find it, but they're both identical. Let me see if I can find it. But they have time. Like it's like
not if they keep fighting each other, because they're just gonna run Charles and Islam till number 5, number 6. And then if Justin and Dustin fight each other like the last time, and if each fight's like that, they're just gonna beat the shit out of each other and force each other into retirement early.
Right here. Similarities between Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier. Both are 34 years old. Both are former light interim champs. Both lost the same guys via submission. Both have 13 letters in their name. Both fought for the UFC belt twice. Both beat Michael Chandler. Both won their previous fight. Both their names rhyme. Both are exciting to watch. Both went 6-2 after fighting each other with 4 finishes and 2 decisions.
I like how they threw in the Michael Chandler thing after you were just shitting on him.
That was weak. I mean, it's just the unfortunate thing about being in that division. That's the shitty thing. I mean, even then, it's like you get that belt, but what does it mean? Nothing. That you're a bad motherfucker. You're in the UFC already. You're a bad motherfucker.
Facts.
Like,
ain't no chump in the UFC.
No, like I don't know. I just don't. I don't. Benil, I mean, the winner of that fight's Benil, I guess. I don't fucking know. Like,
no, dude, because like I'm saying, this
it just. But that's the beauty of it, and that's what sucks about it. It's like it's a blessing and a curse to be in that division. I don't think a belt of the BMF is gonna like means it. Like, I don't think that's gonna like help. I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
I mean,
it sucks because like
Charles isn't gonna beat Islam, but that's besides the point. It's just,
hey, look.
I don't know.
Where's Charles from?
You want to talk about different?
Them Dagestan boys really.
You want to talk about different?
Though?
Tell you right now, Charles ain't wrestling no goddamn bears. I don't even know if they got bears over there. Put some respect on my boy Ilon name. Anyways,
don't get me wrong.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like the belt. That's all I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
like
know,
you
but
just
just know I don't like the belt. It's pointless. That's just my BMF rant.
I don't know.
I don't fuck with the belt. Now let's get to the fight. Dustin. Great fight. First fight was phenomenal. If you don't remember it, just want to watch a good fight, go back and watch it. Great
It's
fight.
definitely a Hall of Fame fight. Like,
great fight.
No doubt.
It was a great fight. Dustin won 4th round TKO. It was a lot of back and forth, kind of. Gaethje was throwing a lot of leg kicks, and that kind of like that'll be I think that's gonna be like the biggest difference in this fight was Justin had success with the leg kicks and was like messing up his leg, but I don't think it's gonna happen in this fight. I think Dustin will like probably check him or be more cautious about it because it did fuck up his leg, and you can tell that like it was getting hard to walk on it and throwing punches, and like you said, when legs go out, it's easy.
Everything, dude.
Yeah, it's easy to just knock somebody out and take people down. But Dustin handled that fight really well. He was throwing a lot of good combinations, a lot of accurate shots. I mean, the fight was a beautiful performance on both their ends, but really Dustin's end. It could have been tied, but because the thing was like, I just felt like Gaethje just got a lot of big shots. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple times where I thought
he just
Dustin
got a lot of big
done.
shots. So like, that's what like he was landing like shots, but then like Gaethje would land the big shots, just like inside elbow, just the uppercut, straight right hook, left. Like he was just landing the big shots. And then it was tied like late into the round, like the third round. And then I'm pretty sure this was a fight where Gaethje eye poked him twice. And the second eye poke, they took a point away. I'm pretty sure that was this fight.
I can't remember that, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure that was that fight. And that was like, if it would have went the distance, that would have been the difference maker was that. But it didn't go the distance. He knocked his ass out. Like I said, I think Gaethje had success with the leg kicks, but I don't think he's going to have that success this time.
I mean, they fought 5 years ago. That's crazy.
Poirier's just too good and smart of a fighter. Like he gets better every fight. Really,
he's grown so much, especially from 2018. Like,
he gets better every fight. You could tell. He's smart. He's very, very, very precise. I mean, I knew he was gonna lose both those fights. He's very, very, very precise with his shots, and his hands are heavy. They hit for power. Like, they ain't no just light shots. He's accurate, and they gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. He's accurate. They gonna hurt. I mean, last time he fought was Michael Chandler. That was Michael Chandler was like lifting up his mouth and blowing blood on him, and I don't know. Y'all heard my rant about Michael Chandler was weak. Okay, weak. And that's when he submitted him. He submitted him, and he was like, "Who don't know jiu-jitsu?"
Yeah,
that's what he said after that fight. But yeah, I mean, I this is my favorite fighter. Dustin is my favorite fighter. I love him. He's good. It's fun to watch. It's gonna be a good one.
Fighter.
I don't think Justin. For me, this is my rant about Justin. I don't think he's very good either. He's just a little walking punching bag. That's what he's good at. He's good at taking hits. He's the modern day Rocky Balboa. That's what he is. Just taking hits and then just swinging and knocking people out. Like, he just eats hits. I don't think he's just like.
He's definitely, yeah.
I mean, I could be faded, but like, that's what he does. Like, he just takes hits, and he's just known for his chin.
Yeah.
Not getting knocked down. Like, and then just knocking somebody out. That's what he's known for. I don't think he's very good. And that's one thing. If I fought the first time, Poirier won, and I feel like you're fighting a better version of Poirier now.
100%. So how do you have it? How do you have Poirier winning? We know you think Poirier's gonna win.
Come on now. I got that diamond winning round 2 knockout. Nah, I won't be knockout. I won't be round 2. I don't know. It'll be interesting. This one could go the distance, but I don't think it will. They both have phenomenal chins. The knockout's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Poirier did knock him out last time, but he just hit him. I mean, he just hit him with some beautiful shots. That's all. I don't know. It could be. It could be a submission. I don't know. I know Poirier's gonna win, but I mean, there's no way it goes to the ground. They're probably gonna both stand up because both of them, Dustin and Justin, like standing up. Yeah, they just want to fight. They want to fight. They just want throw blows, and that's that. Probably TKO again, like 3rd round, 4th round, around the same time. Justin, I don't know.
You didn't think Justin Gaethje's got better? Damn. You're talking about.
He's just.
I mean, he just lost to Charles, and Charles ain't no chump. And yeah,
But he could have beat
lost
Charles.
To Khabib.
He could have beat.
So I mean, come on.
I mean, he could. Yeah, but he beat Tony Ferguson. He beat Donald Cerrone. He beat Edison Barboza.
Okay,
old ass motherfuckers. He lost to old ass Eddie Alvarez. Then he lost to Poirier. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. He just he beat these people, but fuck, they're old. Then Khabib, and then Charles, Michael Chandler's fucking weak. And then I don't remember much of that fight.
I don't either.
The Rafael fight, but I just don't think he's him. Dustin is him.
I got Dustin winning.
Dustin is a very, very good. He's very good
because he got the hot
sauce. Charles, got the hot sauce. Islam, Charles, and Dustin, in my opinion, are the most well-rounded fighters for sure in the division, maybe in the UFC. I might be faded with Dustin because his ground game isn't the best, but it's not the worst either.
Out of the whole UFC?
They're up there. Charles and Islam for sure. But Dustin's stand-up is just so good. It just, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
phenomenal.
dude's nasty.
Yeah, I don't know who you got. I got Dustin.
I have Dustin Poirier winning. I got it by decision.
So what do you think? Okay, since you got that, what do you think happens after this fight then?
I think winners should fight the winner for the title.
It's fair.
I don't-
I mean, no, it's fair because even then, I mean, it's a different scenario. Well, I guess it is fair because it can happen like this. Well, maybe if Charles wins, this all kind of happens if Charles wins because if Islam wins, then there's no point of like holding it up because it's 2-0. But if Charles wins, it's perfect because the winner of this fight can fight for that title, and then Islam fights Volk.
Facts. And we want to see that ran back.
But
I want to see that.
But the other thing that sucks is if
It holds
Islam
up
wins,
both. Yeah.
Islam wins, what happens?
I say give it to the winner of this fight.
I know, but like, do you fight Volk first or do you fight this first? Because everybody wants to see that fight. Let's be honest. Everybody wants to see Islam Volk too. That's what the fans want to see. But this is all like what sucks is that Volk Islam fight is making this fight like
Postponed.
not postponed, but like not a great big mega fight.
Yeah, I mean,
Like if Islam won, the winner of this, like that fight, whoever fought Islam, say it's just since I think Dustin's gonna win, like Islam Dustin again, because I think they fought already. No, they haven't. Even then, they haven't fought yet. Like that's still like that's a mega fight,
so
but like the Islam Volk is just like overpowering that, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean
it all just depends on Charles because Charles wins. I was gonna say it's fair too because they didn't give an automatic rematch to Charles
because they had his own fight.
Because they had his own fight Volk. And Charles should have got an automatic rematch.
Yeah,
because he shouldn't have.
I mean, dude,
he fought Benil, which wasn't fair to Benil. But he should have got automatic rematch.
Do you think Charles should have fought Poirier?
No, he should have got an automatic rematch. After they lost the first time?
If they didn't do the automatic rematch, who do you think Charles should have fought? Poirier, right? And then the winner of that was
somewhere somebody in the top 5, top 3. Something like that. I would have to go back and like look at the fights.
Gaethje, so.
I would have to go back and like look at the fights. But it would be something like that. Somewhere top 5 or top 3, preferably top 3. But I don't know, who was fighting around that time or whatnot. I remember.
Because it only makes sense to just do the immediate. I guess Dariush because they hadn't fought yet, and Charles had already beaten Gaethje and Poirier.
Yeah, but just because you beat him once don't mean anything. That is the beautiful thing about UFC is they allow people to run it back from boxing. It's just after you beat somebody, which sucks. But it is what it is. I guess if you beat them, you beat them. Yeah, I mean, those are our picks. It's going to be an okay card. It won't be like anything like 290.
That card was
290. 292 is probably going to be the better one because that is supposed to be the Sean O'Malley and Aljamain Sterling in Boston.
Yeah, but who else is on that card?
I'm about to check right now.
That's
going to be a fight right there. Amanda Lemos and Zhang Wei Li. That's going to be a good fight. Marlon Vera versus Pedro. That's going to be a good fight. I mean, you got trash ass Cody Garbrandt on here. Never mind. Chris Weidman's still fighting.
That motherfucker old too.
Facts. 292 is going to be the better card for sure. That's August. That's not until August 19th. But yeah. What did I say? July 29th.
Yeah.
It's going to come here faster than we know it, as always.
No kidding. 293.
That's not ready yet.
I know. I think, where's that card at, though? Sydney?
Sydney.
That's what I was saying. They were talking about trying to have freaking Sean Strickland or Izzy said he wanted to fight Sean Strickland in Australia, but I think Izzy just scared to fight Duplessis, to be honest. Making that call out.
His African brother.
Dude. That was ridiculous.
That's your boy.
That's not my boy. I don't like Izzy like that. That's Steve's boy.
Facts.
Steve be riding for Izzy.
Facts.
He could commit first-degree murder. He'd ride for Izzy. Say no, he just had a bad day.
Go check the camera quick before we close this out. Like I said, we ain't rich unless somebody want to, you know what I'm saying? Sponsor us or donate to us, get us some more gear, or you ain't gonna stop it. And then we just wait.
Sony, you want to send us an FX3?
Hey Sony, want to
Even
send us
a demo FX3?
We'll demo an FX3 for you to let you know how it works out. You know, if you want to just send that way, it's free of charge. You know, we won't charge you to do it, but if you want to send it our way and just let us, use it for a little bit. We get tired of standing. You see us? Does it look like we want to stand up? I know it looks like we need to stand up because we lose some weight, but does it look like we want to?
We didn't get this body by standing up.
Exactly. So just do us, or somebody do us a favor and throw us how much FX3? $2,800 body alone?
I think so.
Yeah, throw us $2,800 real quick. We already got the lenses. Just get the body. Come on. Let's do us a favor.
I know, dude.
Had fun. It's been a while.
Has been a while.
Excited to keep doing them. For the future, we're going to keep doing them. It's always going to be a thing. Just going forward, it might be a little bit different. As some of y'all do watch opinionated media's content, we are moving. I'm moving a little bit earlier than some of the other guys, but Albert and I talked before, and we're gonna figure out a way still to do it. We just don't know if it'll be in person or online. It's leaning more towards online, but they're still gonna get done. We're still gonna try to make it look good. So we'll let y'all guys know on that. But it was fun. I'm glad we're doing it again. I didn't want to do it without you. That's why I haven't done one, because I know you really wanted to do them.
I appreciate that.
And it's really the only sport that you watch. So that's really like the time you get to like do something you and we'll talk about something you enjoy doing. So
I'm always behind the camera.
Yeah, here I was behind the camera. Lately. So I didn't really want to do it without you, and I know that you wanted to do these. So I just waited till you settled down, settled in, and life got easy and whatnot.
Less crazy. It's still crazy.
Yeah.
So,
but leave in the comments down below who y'all think's gonna win. What y'all think the time is. If you want to give us an FX3, if you think we suck and we shouldn't do this anymore, just leave a comment for something, like, dislike something. Just get it pushed out there somehow, some way.
Just let us know what fight you're most excited for.
And let us know if you take your dog out there and fight 3. But that'll do it from the Double Knockout, boys. And we'll catch y'all guys next card.
Peace.